right there. Okay. So let's see if I can make this bigger. Maybe make that a little smaller. There we go. Okay, so welcome to our team call for Sunday, August 26th. And today I thought we'd talk about some goal setting. I know that that's something that I always struggled with in the beginning. Sorry, let me mute this. Quiet my phone so we don't hear it the whole entire time. It's always something that I've kind of struggled with in the beginning of my journey, like actually like setting goals and writing them down and making them something that's visible so I can see, and then just another way to like keep myself accountable for like just hitting milestones too. So I kind of just wanted to talk about that a little bit today. So first of all, we start like we always do with our recognition. I need to change that date, sorry about that. So if you posted after lunchtime today, or maybe like after 2 o'clock, I think, whenever I woke back up from my 4-hour nap with the kids today, I didn't get a chance to check in to count that in. So I apologize for that. So if the number here is not accurate with, like, if you posted after that, then you may have gotten an extra point or so for today's posting, or if you did any catch up throughout the week. But right now here is the rankings to where we are with recognition points for posting in the challenge group. Since I canceled on you guys and we missed last Sunday, everybody got a point for that except for myself, because we are supposed to have them every Sunday. So I penalized myself but gave you guys points regardless of what my excuse was, which I didn't feel well, but that's besides the point. Everybody got a point for last week except for myself. So this is where we stand. If you want to go back through because you're like, oh shoot, like I may have missed a couple, feel free to go back and play catch up. Like, you don't have to, if you don't get a chance to post each day, that's fine. Just if you want to get there, be in the group with the highest points to get the prize at the end of the challenge, which is next Sunday. Go ahead and go back and repost or go back and comment and make sure it's there. And if I miss something too, don't be afraid to tell me that I missed something, because I do my best to try to catch them, but sometimes I could miss them. I mean, I'm human too. So there's where we stand. I will comment that these points are much better than they were last month. So I think that's a lot of, us getting into the routine of, posting, looking for them, and then just being interactive and actually maybe seeing how much the interaction's helping you throughout this journey. Because I know it helps me a lot by my other teammates holding me accountable to show up. So that's kind of why we do the recognitions. So just some announcements. So the challenge group we're in right now, the Summer Sizzling Challenge group, it is actually going to end next Saturday. Well, this coming Saturday, I guess, September 1st. And then we'll just probably you'll see some wrap-up posting and things like that from myself or either one of the other coaches that are helping run the challenge group. I'm helping run the challenge group with. So then on our Sunday call, we'll announce the winner or winners, whoever's in the highest group of points for that, and then I'll announce what the prizes are and who they recognize who the winners are and what they're going to be receiving. And I'll do better on getting that out this time. I'll call myself out. I know Kristen, I kind of slacked on getting yours out a little quicker than I wanted to, but it should be there any day now. I just tracked it the other day and it's almost to you, so you should see it hopefully Monday or Tuesday. Fingers crossed. So I apologize on that, and I'll get better on getting that out as these go through. So again, we'll announce the winner on Sunday, and then the challenge group is going to stay the same. So what I mean by that is, like, you're not going to get taken out of this group and put into another one like we did last time. And the only reason we did that is because we were in such a big group, and then now we moved down into our smaller group. So the group will stay the same. Like, it'll still be the same challenge group, just we'll rename it and have a new official start, because it's kind of nice to have, especially with people that are doing 3-week programs or 4-week programs or anything like that. It's nice to have that cutoff, and then you take your measurements and things like that, and then have another restart. So our new one will actually start on Monday, September 3rd, and it's going to be kickoff to a new you. And it's kind of I'm not a big football fan, but it's kind of like a footballish theme, kind of. And we kind of tie that into football with kickoff, and then just their goal is to a new you to try to encompass it together to, I don't know, make it kind of fun. And then next month we're going to do something with fall related. But anyways, So we're not going to do a prep week like we did this last time either, because you guys have already all been through that, so we don't feel the need to do that again. Just food for thought. As we add new challengers to our groups, we're going to actually hold like a separate little challenge group for prep week, just so I think it's good for everybody who's never been through a challenge group or who are new and starting this journey to go through that whole, like, you know, understanding the importance of taking your before and after pictures, cleaning out your cabinets, about meal planning and things like that. So we're going to have like a separate group, challenge group for that. So no prep week for this next one. Literally starting Monday, you'll kick back into like just like we are today. Sunday will be like our designated rest day, and just probably like a little pre-prep to get ready for the challenge group. So, you know, take your after photos from closing out this challenge group, which will end up being your like before photos for the new group, and measurements. And then you'll just see the name, that banner change at the top to something new. One thing we are going to do a little differently with this new challenge group is we're going to have more pop-up challenges. I know Randy posted about the squat challenge. Every time you went to the restroom, you had to do, I think it was 10 squats. And if you wanted to participate in that, you could, and then just drop down in there that you were participating. And then at the end of the day, like how many you actually did. And then we went and we did like she has this app on her phone, which I need to download too, but she has an app on her phone that like you just enter the names into, and then it automatically picks the person randomly. So I thought that was kind of cool. So we're going to be doing a pop-up challenge each week, but it's going to be on a different day each week. So, and it'll be like the same thing. So then just be on the lookout for that, because some are going to be fun, maybe like a push-up challenge, a plank challenge, an ab challenge, and I think another one's like a collage challenge. So like you take a picture of what you ate throughout the day and like put it into a collage and post it at the end of the day. So those are just some things too. So we're going to try to do some things a little different. But I do want to know, out of Courtney and Kristen, and I apologize, Kristen, if I'm asking like a mouthful, how are the challenge groups looking to you? Are they like engaging enough, or are they not? What are some different things maybe you would like to see, so we can switch it up? Because kind of we're going to keep it the same as far as the posts go, so that's why I'm just asking for some feedback of what you would like to see or what you don't like. So, I mean, this is your experience too, so just if there's anything you'd like to add. Okay, that's good. Fine's better than it sucks and it's horrible.
I'm not picky.
I mean, as long as I just want to make sure that they're engaging and like they're not, I don't want them to be like overkill, but then I don't want them to be like lack of engagement either. Like it's not something that, I don't know how to really explain that very well, but I don't want it to be something that's like a burden, but then I don't want it to be something that's like they're boring and like you're not gaining anything from them either, because like we want you to, you know, gain knowledge and help hold you accountable and like learn new recipes, like stuff like that. So that's our plan anyways. All right, Leo. So then today I wanted to talk about goal setting. So we'll get into that. So I love and hate this acronym all at the same time because I hear it said way too much at work. Crazy, but so the whole SMART acronym is your goal should be something that's specific. You should be able to like nail it down. Something that's measurable, so has like a time frame. It's achievable. So literally what these questions are at the bottom. So I guess let me start again. Something that's specific, like what do you want to do? What are you trying to achieve? Something that's measurable, like how long. I don't like that question that's there on the screen, but like so measurable to me is like at each milestone, what would you like to reach? You know, the A is to make sure that it's achievable. You know, is it in your power to make sure you can accomplish it? Like what, and then like what resources do you need to like help you accomplish that goal? You know, is it realistic? You know, I hear so much too from like from teammates and clients that like, I want to lose, I don't know, just pick something crazy and random, 20 pounds in 2 months. Okay, do you realize that that is a lot of weight to lose in 2 months? That's a lot. So try to make it something that's realistic, because at the end of the day, if that is your goal, like you want to lose 20 pounds, you may need to stretch it out a little longer, because as I've said before numerous times, this journey is a marathon, not a sprint. So you kind of have to have that mindset. You know, a pound a week is good. and a pound to 2 pounds a week over the course of a year, that's like, 50 to 100 pounds. So, I mean, you kind of have to, healthy weight loss is not something that's fast. So you want to make sure that your goal is something that's realistic, that can be achieved. And then, of course, timely, like having that 1 month, I want to be here, 6 months, I want to be here, to a year, I want to be here. So I hate this acronym, but I love it all at the same time because it's good. I mean, it hits the major points of like what your goal should be. So just back to the timely thing. I always ask myself, and I still do this to this day, like once I have hit a goal, like even if it's just within the first month, I like reevaluate my whole entire goal and like kind of maybe move things around. But like, where do you see yourself in 1 month? Where do you see yourself in 6 months? And then where do you see yourself in a year? So, you want your goals to kind of have that type of like a time frame, just because for one, our challenge groups are a month. If you're following a Beachbody program, most of their programs are, a month or like 21 days. And even then, if you do like the 6th month, then that's definitely hitting, like you could do then 2 different rounds of like, you could do 80-day obsession, or you could do insanity, or P90X, like those ones that are longer and more intense. So that kind of helps with those. And then where you see yourself in a year, because at the end of a year, you will for sure have like your meal planning down. Like definitely within like the first couple months, you should probably have that down. And if not, then that's something that we need to talk about. But like you kind of have that rhythm down with your nutrition too. And then it's already, once you get through that 1 month, you've already had that, I've created a habit with my workouts too. So that's why I always use the 1, 6, and then a year. And besides a lot of like the personal development books I read on goal setting, that's one thing that they always go to, this 1, 6, and 12. So just whenever I was looking up just some things for even myself back when I started and talking with my coach about setting goals, I found this really cool website, which I should have tagged it here. So I'll need to go back and do that. But then I'll share it with you guys in the group too, who are watching this now, but the people that will catch the recording, I'll actually add it into here. But so like just some things that she always told me and that I found very helpful are, of course, I always stress this, but creating a meal plan. Like for me, it's just so much easier. Like I know some of our teammates, my clients that I work with, like we get lunch served to us at work. For one, they're not always the healthiest options, but for 2, they at least have a salad option, and then sometimes the meats you can use. So like I know, like for instance, this week I worked with Ashley and we mapped out like meal plan for her, and she's fine with eating the salads at work every day. So like with her, on her meal plan, I specifically put in there, like lunch salad served at work, and then a meat. I was just put in parentheses just for like, so she knows she needs to look and see like, okay, what meats do they have? And then she can incorporate that in there. So just like, and then, so like just knowing your plan, like looking at what your week is gonna be that's coming to you, just planning it out accordingly, like knowing your work. I mean, sometimes I know work schedules can be crazy. I know, especially with Kristen. So like you don't get time maybe to sit down and eat lunch. But so if you know that in your mind, like, Monday's coming up tomorrow and it's like Mondays are my crazy day or whatever, maybe have more like on the go snacks. So maybe some carrots, or like, I'm gonna throw this out there because I use it all the time, but be like beach bars. Like those are like, healthier alternatives that you can like grab quickly and go. And this may sound really juvenile, but I don't want to walk out of this room, but they make little like pouchy applesauces. I know this is going to sound really silly, but they make like really like pouchy applesauces for like kids. Well, for one, they're really, really good for you. Like there's like no sugar, no preservatives, no nothing. It's all natural. And like they're really quick too for on the go. So like I actually got my son some for school. But in my mind, I thought, I can maybe steal some of these and put them in my lunchbox for like an afternoon snack, or like when I'm driving home when I get hungry. So just like, keep that in mind, like know your schedule going forward for the week, and then like just plan accordingly with that. And thing that I started implementing that I haven't done in the past, but over the last 2 weeks I've done it for myself and my husband, is actually like on our food calendar, I added in a a line at the bottom, or I guess a row at the bottom, that has our workout. So then on there, I put, this is the day I'm going to work out. This is the day it's going to be a rest day, you know, workout, rest day, and so forth. So then, like, excuse me, I know in my mind, like, everything's planned. My meals are planned, my workouts are planned, and there's, like, excuse me, literally no thought in there at all. And then I also map in there too my day that I'm going to have my cheat meal. And I know I have said this before, so I'll say it again. Just because, like, my breakfast, lunch, and snacks usually virtually never change. Like, they never get flip-flopped or mixed around. And probably mostly because they're the same throughout the whole entire week. But my dinners, sometimes they get flip-flopped, because just because I say tomorrow we're going to have baked chicken and green beans, doesn't mean we may not have that Tuesday, where on my calendar I have Tuesday, we're going to have tacos, but we may flip-flop those or something like that. Like, that's fine, but just knowing at least, like, this is what we're going to have, it just sets you up more for success for sticking to those goals and things like that. So that's kind of like a side note for goal setting, but your meal and nutrition is just as important. I know I've said this before, you can exercise till you're blue in the face, but if your nutrition is not at least 80% of the time on point, and the other 20% of the time is like your little snacks or your little treats or whatever, you're going to be kind of disappointed. I mean, I guess that's kind of a little tough love. You're going to be disappointed. You're not going to hit your goals. You're not going to hit your milestones that you've set forth. So as you're thinking of goal setting, we'll go back to this, the focus on gradual loss. Again, make sure they are realistic. If you're not sure if they're realistic, you know, talk to me. I will tell you, because I want you to succeed. I want you to set goals that can be achieved and that are obtainable. So I always tell people, shoot to 1 to 2 pounds a week, no more than that. Because if you are shooting for more than that per week, you're going to end up doing it unhealthy, and you're not going to be eating the calories that you need. So you don't want to shoot for anything more than 1 to 2 pounds a week. So if you're like, I want to lose 50 pounds in the next year, I guess I could take my phone and do that quickly, maybe. We'll see how well I am at math to put myself on the spot. Yeah, so again, you want to lose 50 pounds. That's going to take you probably 6 to 8 months to lose, to be realistic. So you just take that poundage, divide it out by the year, or divide it out by however many days are in 6 months or whatever. And if it is more than 2 pounds, you need to extend your timeline for your goal. And that's just to make sure you're having healthy weight loss. Because again, like I said, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And at the end of the day, I want you guys to do it the healthy way and something that's going to stick with you long-term than to just have a short-term quick fix. That's not what Beachbody is about. That's not what I'm about. Yeah, that's just the way it is. So make sure your goal is something it's gradual and it's realistic and it's going to be able to be achieved. Through this journey, I have learned when I'm actually hungry. As you continue through the journey and you follow your meal plan that you've set forth and you're meal planning properly, and now what I mean by that is sometimes in the beginning, I know, like, even myself, I struggled with, like, what I should actually be eating, which again, that's where I should help you, because that's where my coach has helped me too. We sat down, we looked at the meal plan and the calorie range that each of the programs provide, and this was before 2B Mindset, and would go from there, because then that really breaks it down and tells you, like, what you need to be eating. And I still think even if you're not following the container system and you're doing 2B Mindset, you should be looking at that just for ideas for even, like, meals and, like, what food you should be eating. And it also helps you just realize too, like, what your body's going to be needing in order to do that workout. I mean, that's why they have the meal plans for each of the workouts that Beachbody has. But if you're following 2B Mindset, you really should be fine, because it is cutting out eating those carbs at the end of the day. Now, like, I always tell people, because I love carbs and I'm never going to give them up. That's why I can never go, like, keto or anything like that. I don't want to cut anything. I still want to eat junk sometimes. But when it comes to dinner, if you're going to be eating late, make sure it's mostly veggies and then your protein, your 25% of your protein. And if you're going to be eating earlier, then that's where you can add, like, still have your 25% protein, most of it still be your vegetables, but then add in a little bit of like rice or a little bit of noodles or like something carby in there too, or maybe some sweet potatoes. I know I'm guilty for eating sweet potatoes for dinner as well, and that's considered a starch, that's a carb. So mostly, like, if you fall in 2B, they want you to fit your carbs in the morning, which that's because you're going to use it to burn and it's not going to lay in your stomach at night. So even if you're following 2B mindset, you should still be aware of when your body is becoming hungry, and then adjust your meal plan accordingly. Like, if you're getting that water in every day, which again, that's something else that should be set in your goal, how much water you want to get into your body daily, which should be your body weight divided by 2, which that gives you the total ounces of water you should take in a day. And if you're on like the heavier side and you're like, oh my gosh, that's like 1.5 gallons of water. That's like 1 gallon of water. I can barely get in 2 glasses of water a day. Then start with 80 and work your way up. At least doctors always recommend to get in 80 ounces of water a day. But you want to try to then shoot at least for like the half of your body weight in ounces of water. And if you're doing that, then your body will tell you, I'm hungry. And you won't get confused on, is it hungry or is it really thirsty? Like, I'm already hitting my water goal, so I definitely have to be hungry. So just through the journey, you'll learn the different cues your body gives you when you're hungry. Of course, you always want to eat when you're actually hungry and not when you're like starving to death. So when you're famished, that's why I love 2B, because you get your breakfast. And then with me, I've learned that I am I know when I need to eat, I eat actually frequently, which is why I always have like beach bars or like yogurt or something quick on the go. And like, I have my breakfast in the morning, which is usually like my shake throughout the week. And then in the morning I have a beach bar, and then I have my lunch. And then in the afternoon I usually have like yogurt and granola or veggies and hummus. And then I have my dinner. So I literally eat like 3 or 4, like how many times do I eat? 5 times a day. So you just, again, like, I am never like starving when it usually comes time to eat. So that's something you want to keep in mind too, because if you're starving when you go to eat, if you're famished when you're going to eat, your body's going to store more, and it's going to actually slow down your metabolism. The more frequently you eat, more it increases your metabolism. And of course, learn to eat until you're satisfied, not until you're like stuffed to the brim, which I'm guilty of doing that, especially usually like on the weekend. Working on it, work in progress right here. Be honest, definitely not perfect. So yeah, that's still something I'm working on too, is just taking my time to when I eat, especially with being a parent and having kids. And I'm sure this even happens with those that don't have children, and you're like constantly busy on the go, like, I just gotta hurry up and eat something. I'll like eat quickly, and really you shouldn't. I know one thing I was reading earlier this week was about, what did they call it? Like the 3-bite rule, or like something like that. I'm not really quite sure exactly like what they meant by like their little like rule that they apply to it. But I'm pretty sure you've heard like silly things like to take a sip in between each bite, which who has time for that? But take a sip between each bite, or like chew your food multiple times before you actually swallow it to help with digestion. I know I'm guilty of like probably chewing my food maybe once or twice and then swallowing it, which is horrible because you're not helping your digestion. But I guess my point is, take your time to enjoy your meals, even if it's just for like a couple of seconds, but like take the time to like actually enjoy it, and take your time to chew it, and so your body can digest it. That way it'll help too with the trigger getting to your brain that yes, I'm full, because that relay from your stomach to your brain is slow. It takes time. That's why usually by the time it gets to your brain, if you've ate fast, you're like super full. So we already talked about water, and then always keeping healthy options available at your house. Like, I definitely know through this journey, like my kids love junk food, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do too. Like, I would like to have some chips sometimes, but I try to like limit that stuff in the house, or I try to find healthier alternatives. Within like the I think it's like a Nature Promise aisle at like the Giant in Huntington, or like the like Walmart has like kind of like an organic-y section. Like, if you get things out of there, they seem to be better for you in terms of like going and buying Hartley's potato chips or something like that. But trust me, we still have Hartley's potato chips here. Guilty. So with those, I try to keep them like out of sight, and I try to keep my healthier options more like in my face. So that's why usually whenever we go to the grocery store and buy fruits and vegetables, I try to clean them right away, which I'm guilty of not always doing that, but they are cleaned now. They are at least cleaned before the week starts. And they're like already in containers and ready to go. So then when I get like that, I'm like, oh, I can grab that. Another thing is logging, which I know with 2B, if you have that, the booklet, which you can even just buy the booklet off of the Team Beachbody website. And I know logging takes time, because I know I've had some clients say, I don't have time to write down everything that I eat. I don't have time. Yeah, nobody really has time, but if it's a goal and it's a priority, you'll make time for it. So I'm not recommending that you always write down what you eat. Like if you are a person that's like, no, I made my meal plan for the week and I'm going to stick to it through and through, and that's just that. That's great if you have that willpower. I sure as hell don't. So I still write down my food. Like I still have my meal plan, and then I still prep it, and I still write down my food, because trust me, there's sometimes I'm guilty of going into the cabinet and stealing a spoonful of peanut butter, because peanut butter is my weakness. And that's not on my meal plan, I can tell you that right now, but I log it, and then I know. Because then if I go look back on the week and I'm like, oh my goodness, I gained a pound this week. What happened? I can go back and look and be like, oh, well, Steph, you had Dairy Queen twice this week. I wonder why you've gained a pound or whatever. Because I'm guilty of that too. I mean, I am human. There's days I have stressful days where I'm like, you know what? Let's go get ice cream, or let's have pizza tonight or something. So again, 80-20 all the time, but sometimes logging it, writing it down. I haven't done it yet, because I'm more of like I need to write down person, but 2B Mindset has an app too that you can get on your phone to log it, which is really nice. So if you're like, most people always have their cell phones with them, if you don't want to actually write it down and you want to log it that way. I do that too. Another way I get ahead is I know what I'm going to be having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner that day. I'll write it in there already. And then if I add anything extra, then I just write in the extra things too. So just that way it cuts down on some time too. And of course, always being accountable. You make the plan, you create it, you need to stick to it. And of course, you have your whole team, us here in the challenge groups, to help you with keeping accountable and staying accountable and staying true to your goals. So I know I'm cheap and haven't bought it yet. Let's be honest, I'm cheap and haven't bought that yet. So why isn't it letting me continue? There we go. So yeah, I'm making us have an assignment. And this is for myself as well, because I haven't done this in a long time, probably like a month. So sorry, not sorry. So what I want us to do for our next call is write down your goals. So where do you see yourself? Like for one, first start off, what are you trying to achieve? What do you want to be? Do you want to be healthier for your kids? Do you want to be healthier so you can live a longer and healthier life? Do you want to feel comfortable in your own skin again? Do you want to lose the baby weight? Do you want to lose the weight so you can get pregnant? Why did you start this journey? Why? And then I want you to focus on where do you want to be in a month? Where do you want to be in 6 months? And where do you want to be in a year? Now, yeah, we're talking about fitness things too, but also self-confidence. Because I know through this journey, it's more than just weight loss for me. It's, leading that healthier life for my children, for my husband, for one, feeling comfortable in my own skin, being more confident. I think I may have said this before, but if you would have asked me 3 months ago when I signed up for coaching to be a Beachbody coach that I would be holding team calls and leading people, I'd have told you you're freaking out of your mind. But here I am, and you guys are listening, so I must be doing something right, I think. So don't be afraid to talk about that stuff too. This is not just about weight loss. It's a mental game too, and it's about feeling comfortable in your own skin and about gaining self-confidence. I mean, especially as women, women go through way more than men. I'm sure my husband would probably no, you don't. We have to deal with you, but whatever. We go through way more than they do emotionally, physically. I mean, there's a lot going on up here being a woman. So, I mean, I just want you to focus on what your goals are, why you started, where you see yourself in a month, 6 months to a year, physically and mentally. There's no right or wrong answer. And so the assignment is, if you are comfortable, which I will share my next call because I'm definitely comfortable doing that with you all. But if you're not, that's fine. But if you are comfortable, I would love for people to share during our next call. If not, if you're not comfortable doing that and making that public to others, that is perfectly okay, because I was not in the beginning either. That's perfectly fine. But I at least want to see it. So either draft it out in an email, a message, and privately send it to me on Facebook, text it to me, take a picture of it, send it to me. I don't care how you get it to me, but by our call next Sunday, I want to have either heard it or have seen it or it be in my inbox by the time I get done with our next Sunday call. And if you're comfortable sharing it with the group, you'll receive a prize and 10 extra challenge points. And I'm not sure what this prize is. I think it might be, I found these really, really cute headbands that I ordered that are like really awesome because sweat always gets in my eyes and then it makes me angry. So it may be something like that. It may be that. It may be a planner. It may be the headbands and another tracker book for 2B Mindset. It'll be something. And yeah, because it's good. Not only like, I don't mean to like make anybody feel uncomfortable. Like that's not the point of doing this, but I know by saying it out loud, it makes it more real. And I feel if I say things out loud to other people have heard it now. So God damn it, I have to do it. So that's our assignment for next call. If you're comfortable, please share during. Definitely there is no judgment here. You ladies should definitely know that by now. We're all here to support each other. That's one thing I love about Beachbody and like being a team is we're all in this together and we're here to support each other. So think about it. It's good to have goals like that set for yourself because as you hit them, that's good. And it's great. It keeps you on track. As if you don't for whatever reason, then that's fine too. Then it just means you need to readjust your plan and, talk to me and I'll help you readjust them. Like it happens. I've talked to my coach more than once about readjusting my goals. Like here's where I want to be and I haven't hit it yet. Or I'm struggling to hit it. What do I need to do? Like that's what we're here for. That's what your coaches are here for. So that's our assignment for next time. If you have any questions while you're going through it, don't be afraid to like ask. And that's all that I really have for today was giving everybody an assignment. Lucky you, right? No, it'll be good. These are good. My coach did this with us numerous times and I hated it, but it's good to have that like visual. And as a coach now she asks me more complicated questions, which isn't always fun, but it's good. And then I literally have like my goal. Like for me as a coach, it's my why. Like why did I decide I wanted to be a coach? And I have that actually like it is on my dresser so I can see it every single day. And it's a picture of my kids because that's my why. Why I started coaching is because of them. So it's kind of nice to like have that there so you can see it. And it's also like for like your goal setting, it's good to like see where you want to be. It's a gauge as to, okay, I've lost 5 pounds so far and my goal is 15. So now I need to lose 10 more. Okay, what am I going to do in the next, 2 to 3 months to make that happen? So it's just good to have goals and to know where you're going. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it and figured it'd be a good like assignment. But that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions that's watching?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm good.
Why did I join? No questions, Kristen? Sorry.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, ladies, have a great Sunday. Thank you for joining. And for those that haven't, I'll post the link and then they can love on me too when they get to the assignment part. But hey, I'm doing it too. It's not like I'm making you guys do it yourselves. I have to do it too. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I know, Kristen, you have a lot of stuff to get ready for the week. Back to reality. Yep. Right? And Courtney, I think I heard Miss Bailey calling your name.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, have a great night, ladies. And Courtney, I'll see you tomorrow. And Kristen, I'll see you next Sunday.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye, ladies. Thank you.
Bye. Stop.